For 80 BC one morning in late September Athens. This represents the time when city of the highest artistic achievements in the West it has been burned into a white emperor by a fire at this moment Xerxes I, king of kings of the Persian Empire, sitting in augurio on a throne of pure gold at the top of the cliff, under his feet a silk carpet from Babylon, a glass of chilled wine in hand. This man has 50 million subjects rule the earth, at that time 44% of the population, at the helm of the empire in a gesture of watching a play overlooking the Salamis straight at your feet. His 1,200 heavy warships were moored there, and in the narrow waters opposite only 378 are huddled ragged Greek allied wooden boat force comparison 3:1 fleet tonnage comparison 10:1. In Xerxes' opinion, this is not a war at all. This is a unilateral armed demonstration. He even brought a group of shit officials specially sitting halfway up the mountain ready to record this devastating and glorious moment. But what he didn't know was this narrow stretch of ocean is only 1.2 kilometers wide, is about to become the tomb of the Persian Empire, a time in human history unprecedented. Marine dogfish, it is being quietly arranged on this blue sea, reading 5,000 years of human civilization through 5,000 wars. This is the 0030th level of the Battle of Salamis. It's 5,000 full force games. If it were you, how many choices have you made right now? Can you have the last laugh? For 1,970 episodes left until the finale, your support and forwarding are the driving force for us to persevere. Chapter 1, Axial Age, 480 BC. What is happening on this earth? This is where the stars of human civilization shine. Axial Age in the Far East. China is in the late spring and autumn period. Wu Wangfu Cha just dug through to connect the Yangtze and Huai rivers. Hongwu is leading the army north to Huangqi, ready to grab the title of vassal overlord in India. Sakyamuni had founded Buddhism, preaching in the Ganges Valley, while on the Apennine Peninsula Rome is still just a tribe, a small farming village, where a few cows are robbed. Global during this period, the only true superpower, only Persia. The Persian Empire was 5.50 million square kilometers spanning Asia, Africa, and Europe. They have an extremely developed bureaucracy and postal network. We have a lot today. Regional management of multinational companies ruled by Persian governors over 2,000 years ago. Prototypes can be found facing such a behemoth. Greece, those loose city-states, it's like several neighborhood committees fighting each other. Their combined population is less than a few million. And yesterday I was trying to grab a piece of ranch, throwing stones at each other. So how is this battle fought? Determine the course of this naval battle. The first core element, not at sea and underground, and this brings us to what we call the Golden Battle. Wealth Distribution Bureau. Just a few years before the war broke out, Athenians in the southern part of their city-state Sierra Leone, a staggering amount of silver has been unearthed. The Athenian government became wealthy overnight. The fiscal revenue of that year directly increased to 200 talents, equivalent to 5.2 tons of sterling silver. If only according to the rules at that time, this money should be distributed as a national dividend issued to every Athenian citizen on average. Let's go buy some figs, buy 2 cans of good wine, improve your life. But this time Athens has a sober strategist, Timmy Stockley. This guy standing up at the citizens' assembly. Money cannot be divided. The Persians are about to call. All this money must be used to build warships. By this means of creating anxiety, he abruptly deducted the huge sum of money. He ordered 200 ships to be built, the latest 3-column lecture warship. This 5.2 tons of silver, it became the capital that later saved the entire Western civilization. Without the limelight, there is no Hykwan era behind the second 1.2 kilometer geographical trap as a boat, but this account still can't be played because of the Persian army has leveled the Spartan thermal pass directly into the city of Athens. The Greek coalition at this time retreated to Salamis. The inside is fried into a pot of porridge, led by Sparta coalition of the Boroponnese Peninsula. Advocate the abandonment of naval warfare. Let's take the boat home, build walls on the Isthmus of Corinth. The Spartans thought, anyway, we are an army power, just hold our third of an acre. What do we care if the Athenians live or die? Timmy Stockley is facing it's a classic prisoner's dilemma. How do you turn this group of scattered allies strapped to his own chariot? He used 2 tricks. The first move is internal kidnapping. He was directly at the military conference, slapped the table at the Spartan commander. If you dare to retreat today, we Athenians will crash everyone into boats. Tomorrow, the whole family immigrated to Italy en masse. The Persians will not only take over our 200 warships and get all the charts of Athens, then the Persians directly from the sea come and land behind your Sparta. Who can your broken city walls stop? The second trick is foreign fishing. Timmy Stockley, I found a slave I trusted the most. Sisinus let him row a boat overnight, sneak to the Persian camp to cast the city. My slave said to Xerxes, king of Persia, dear king, the Greeks have now imploded internally. They're going to sail away tonight in the dark. General Timmy Stockley is actually working towards you. He asked me to report to you. Please send the ship quickly. The team blocked both ends of the strait. You can catch them all in one go. This is a young Xerxes, is actually a very good strategist. He's not stupid, but he lost an understanding. The Persian Navy had 1,200 ships, about 200 people on each boat. This is 240,000 mouth-to-eat consumption of 2 liters of fresh water per person per day, the minimum standard for 1.5 kilograms of grain. This fleet stops at sea every day. Do nothing. It will consume 480 tons of fresh water and 360 tons of food. The logistics replenishment line in Persia, stretched thousands of kilometers, is on the verge of collapse. Xerxes can't afford it. He must fight quickly. So when the news was heard that the Greeks were running, Xerxes couldn't resist the temptation at all. He ordered overnight the massive Persian fleet began plucking into the Salamis Strait ready to make dumplings, but he ignored geography. The narrowest point of the Salamis Strait, the width is only 1.2 kilometers, the length of a modern sea bridge. The 1,200 behemoths of Persia squeeze into this narrow sewer like a strong man weighing 100 kilograms be forced into a windowless phone booth. Hand-to-hand combat, a numerical advantage, suddenly becomes a congestion disaster. The third picture of wind power colliding with bronze. The next morning, the sun rises. The Persian sailors stayed up all night. A boat that spent a whole night at sea. Most of my physical strength has been consumed. I didn't even drink hot water. When they squeezed into the channel, they were stunned by the sight in front of them. The Greeks didn't run at all. 378 warships arranged in a tight half-moon formation waiting for them quietly. The next battle, it's not the elegant infrastructure of a classic painting. It was a meat grinder. Let's take a look at the black technology in Greece at that time. 3-column lecture warships. This kind of captain is about 35 meters, less than 5 meters wide. The draft is very shallow. Its core driving force, it is the 170 winners sitting on 3 floors in the bottom warehouse. Gian was stuffed in an airtight cabin. They can't see the battlefield outside. I can only stare at the wooden board in front of me. Listen to the rhythm of the officer hitting the wooden hammer. Slippery at the highest sprint. These 170 human muscle engines work simultaneously. The speed of this wooden boat pushed to an amazing 9 knots, about 16 kilometers per hour. And this ship's deadliest weapon is not the bow and arrow. It's not Harry. It is installed below the bow waterline. A bronze horn weighing 200 kilograms. This is a war in which ships are used as bullets. Around 10 a.m. the famous Aegean summer monsoon blows on time. This strong sea breeze is pouring in down the channel. The ships of the Persian fleet were in deep water to load more mid-armored infantry. Center of gravity is high. The sea breeze blows. Persian ships in narrow waters began to shake violently. You can't even steer. The boat is squeezed. The boat is talking, and the boat is talking. Mess up, and the Greeks' ships were low. Small wind area. They saw the opportune moment and blew the horn of charge. Accelerated impact with the wood-shattering rope. 200 kilograms of bronze impact angle with the help of 9 knots of acceleration scratched through the side strings of the Persian warship. The water pours, and instantly heavy infantry on a Persian warship wearing dozens of caddies of armor once in the water sinks directly to the bottom of the sea like a scale, and many soldiers in the Persian fleet. It's the imperial food Song June from the hinterland. They can't swim at all on this 1.2 kilometer wide sea. There was a terrible stampede. Persian ships behind don't know what happened ahead, still trying to squeeze forward, trying to present himself to the King of Kings. And the boat ahead only being dusted by the Greeks one by one warship after another broke in 2 broken planks floating on the sea. Crowds of broken limbs and despair. Xerxes sitting on the top of a mountain watching a play. The light in my eyes dimmed a little bit. He was going to watch an epic annexation battle, but I was forced to watch a movie funeral of the Armada. The massacre continued all day. The national luck in the 4th number, when the sun goes down the Strait of Salamis, has become a pot boiling with soup. The sea, the wreckage of more than 200 Persian heavy warships floats, about 40,000 elite soldiers of the Persian Empire forever in the icy waters of the Aegean Sea, and the Greek coalition. As the defender, only 40 ships were lost. Xerxes withdrew the tent from the The top of the mountain overnight Persian army 300,000 are stationed in Greece itself. This vast war machine, nearly 450 tons of food is consumed every day, and 600 tons of fresh water. This 300,000 life infra completely dependent on a logistics fleet at sea, and on the Dardanelles, the pontoon bridge made by hundreds of ships. Now, the main Persian fleet has been crippled. The Aegean Sea's sea boxing is thorough. The Greeks' highly mobile warships are ready to head north at any time a fire burn the pontoon bridge connecting Eurasia. Once the back road is cut off, this 300,000 army will run out of food in less than half a month. The territory across the Persian Empire is too large. There are many factions within undercurrent. Xerxes is betting on national luck this time, bringing out most of the country's standing army. If the cost of these presses all lost in the Greek peninsula thousands of kilometers away in Babylon, the newly conquered provinces of Egypt, it will rise up tomorrow. On the balance of power, time is stopped. Loss is the quality of advanced players. Xerxes decisively ordered leave confidant General Madness with 100,000 army to maintain a front in Greece himself, with the remaining troops and the remaining fleet running towards his hometown in Asia without looking back. This one is drinking ice wine on the cliff. Imperial overlord watching the play finally exits. Sadly, Chapter 5. The display of the great era. Take a look at our Huaxiao land when the Greeks taught in bronze on the Aegean Sea when killing each other. China is in the late spring and autumn period. Wu Wangfu Cha is frantically digging culverts connecting the Yangtze River and the Huai River. Our ancestors also faced open waters, but the technology of clicking on it is completely different. Greek shipbuilding to cross a broken ocean to engage in commercial trade and resource plunder, and the Chinese manage water. It is to open up the economic microcirculation of the inland, use a huge water network to divide the land territory, so together one is an outward expanding sea of commerce. One is an inwardly condensed agricultural deer spring. These two very different lines of civilization evolution at the same time point in the 5th century BC. Each press the accelerator button behind the grand narrative of war. Hidden within them are the finest individual fates. The night the Battle of Salamis ended, the channel is full of broken planks and floating corpses. On a warship in Athens, sitting an exhausted ordinary heavy infantry. His name was Xerxes. Later it became ancient Greece world-renowned tragic writer. A few years later, he took the war he had witnessed firsthand written into a play that has been passed down through the ages. Persian. Surprisingly, as a citizen of a victorious country, he didn't go crazy in the script phrase the great deeds of the Athenian generals. Instead, he takes the perspective of the story in Susa, the capital of the Persian Empire. He uses a lot of pen and ink to describe those Persian mothers learning that their sons wailing in a foreign land, to portray Persian elders facing the empire in decline, despair, and desolation. In the great cycle of history, the generals won the honor of leaving a mark in history. Politicians have the leverage to redistribute wealth, and those who are trapped in ordinary soldiers in the torrent of times, whether they represent the democracy of maritime civilization or the despotism of the dear power empire. In the end, all that is left are the tears of my hometown relatives. This is the base color of Game of Thrones, forever accompanied by a sense of helplessness. The next episode previews that the Persian emperor may have run away, but the Persian army 100,000 in Greece still like a sharp knife to the throat in order to drive the Persians into the sea completely. The Spartan army has always disliked each other, and the Athenian navy. There will be an unprecedented Armageddon of the middle armor infantry. Episode 2, Battle of Eulalia.